If you're trying to lose weight without starving yourself, these are the kinds of meals that helped me lose 23 pounds and counting. Welcome back to Meal Prep Monday, where I show you the realistic meals that are helping me lose fat and actually stay consistent. I'm super late to this trend, but I finally made the TikTok protein bagels for breakfast this week. I topped mine off with the everything bagel seasoning from Trader Joe's and added some smoked salmon and eggs on top for a satiating breakfast. I was worried these weren't going to turn out right after seeing a bunch of people saying theirs were doughy in the middle, but mine were fine and very yummy. I was struggling a little bit when trying to mix everything together because I'm not a baker at all, but everything worked out in the end. As you can see, my bagels were a bit lopsided, but it's going to taste the same in my stomach regardless, so whatever. Lunch this week was a chicken recipe I found on YouTube. I'll tag the creator below. I did mess up the recipe a bit because I didn't let my sauce reduce and thicken up enough, but it still tasted decent. I paired my chicken with wild rice because regular white rice tends to be inflammatory for me. Yes, I did wash my rice, but my sink was full, so I didn't show it. I finished off this meal with the kale salad I mentioned a couple weeks ago. Since I was having it as a side, I didn't add any chicken to it, just kale and dressing, and it was still delicious. Kale is one of the few greens you can leave saturated without it getting soggy and gross, so don't be afraid to let it sit in the fridge with the dressing on it. I made a sheet pan meal for dinner. If you're ever feeling lazy, this is a great hack. My sheet pan had steak, potatoes, broccoli, and a few carrots. I started by cutting my steak and potatoes. I seasoned them separately before adding them to the pan and then did the same with the broccoli and carrots. You don't have to have everything separated on your pan like I did. I only did it because I want my meals to be aesthetic for you guys. You can definitely mix everything together though. Toss everything into the oven for a few minutes and voila, your entire meal is complete. I could have added more seasoning to my steak, but aside from that, this meal was great. Meal prep doesn't have to be complicated and it definitely doesn't have to be boring. If you're trying to stay on track this week, this is your reminder that simple works. See you next Monday.